Okay, this is a little 6-inch skillet made in the 1950s, made by the Home on the Range, and this is called the Cowboy skillet, and it's called the Cold Handle 39. And Bev found this in her garage. It was her dad's, and this thing was covered in black. I'll show you what. I can't get it all out, but this thing was black. I mean, some of it was an 1/8 inch thick in some areas. It was used over an open flame, and I soaked it in vinegar for 2 days. I soaked it one day, and then I scrubbed as much as would come off with a Brillo pad, and then I soaked it for another 24 hours in some new vinegar, and I can't believe it came this clean. This is going to be my new egg fouillon pan. It is the perfect size for an egg fouillon. And right now I got to season it. This is carbon steel, high carbon steel. It's not cast iron, it's not aluminum. It's high carbon steel. And I'm fixing to christen this with some bacon. A couple strips of bacon. And then smear that grease all over it. And then wipe it off. And you can't put this in the dishwasher. You have to handle it like it's cast iron. I mean, it's not as delicate. You know, if you did run it through the dishwasher, you could hit it with some steel wool and it'd be brand new again. But if you want to keep it seasoned and not tasting like steel, you definitely don't want to. You want to handle it like cast iron. All right, let me get some bacon out. All right, this is you got to start this low, really low, and it's like cast iron, except this thin steel reacts a lot more quickly to heat. So you start off low. What you looking at?
There's a spot right there.
Well, anything that would come off is off. Anything that's not off is in the middle.
What's the name of this?
It's made by the Home on the Range company, and that's called the Cowboy skillet. Cold handle number 39. I've looked it up. They're on eBay for about 20 bucks.
That's what I thought. I wondered if you had Googleized it.
I Googleized it, yep. And mid 50s was when these were made. And they also make bigger ones, and they're called cold handle, I guess, because they have some sort of heat sink up here. I don't know. But anyway.
I heard you say something about a dishwasher.
I said, yeah. I said, those don't go in the dishwasher.
No.
Do you want to do my video?
No, but you're not going to be in the kitchen long enough to be doing any.
I told you, as soon as I get my shop, I'll be living in my shop. I'll have a stove out there and a recliner and.
Here's the deal. I have never had a dishwasher ever.
Yes,
and
you have.
And I'm pretty sure you haven't either. So neither one of us is going to know how to operate a dishwasher. So.
I've had a dishwasher for almost 30 years.
Well, that one is broke. Your 30-year-old dishwasher.
Well, it's sticking a little bit, but I've got a lot of grease in there. I'm going to try to cook an egg in this once the bacon is cooked. But it did stick. So I'm going to clean all that off and just keep cooking bacon in it until it stops sticking. I did cook really low. I'm probably going to cook a little lower until this thing starts absorbing grease and holding it. So I'm going to set that right here and then eat my 1 egg and 1 strip of bacon. This has never happened before. Only one. Well, it came clean really easy. I just hit it with a sponge and some cold water and dried it with a paper towel, and then just for now I rubbed a little oil on it on the inside. So there you go. Home on the Range, Cowboy skillet, cold handle number 39. It's supposed to be a 6-inch. I like it. I'm gonna have to cook a lot of bacon in it before eggs stop sticking, but this is gonna be my egg fouillon pan. It's the perfect size for egg fouillon, but it's gonna take a whole lot of bacon. cooked in there before the eggs stop sticking. I have no problem with that. I may get started, well, I started this morning, but tomorrow I'll cook another couple pieces in there. Well, I actually found this skillet on Amazon. Of course, it's probably made in China. I didn't really research it. But I will leave a link in the description, and you can at least look at it if you want to see what a new one looks like. I think it's $16 and $5 shipping. And, you know, lots of people don't like the extra effort that you got to put into cooking with this kind of stuff. And I only restored it just because it's old and is Bev's daddy's pan. And, you know, there are lots of other far, far better pans that you could use nowadays with a non-stick. But just, you know, out of nostalgia, I suppose. And maybe because I really don't have anything to do over here. And I felt like doing something. So, until I get it moved in, you know, I've got to occupy myself with little stuff around here. Okay, thanks for watching, y'all. Well, this is the gate post that I had to pull up. I wish I had shown you how I did that, but I didn't think to record it. So what I'm going to do now is put it back in. But you can see where they drug the double wide in, they drove right over it, and they crushed some of the tar, and some of the dirt got washed down in there. So I'm gonna have to the hounds are here. You know who I am. Don't pretend you don't recognize me and I'm some stranger. All come running up to the fence all bad and stuff like they're gonna come bite me. You lucky there's a fence between us. Anyway, I gotta pull some of that tar out of there and then reach down in there with my hand and pull some dirt out, set that pole back in, pull the fence back over, connect it, put the top rail in. But there's only 13 feet between that post and that post. And when I get my shop, it's going to be 16 wide, so I'll have to pull that pole out again, and I'll show you how I do it. Because it was kind of, maybe it's something that people might need to know or be interested in. How to pull a pole out without putting a whole lot of effort into it, and leaving it in one piece well enough where you can put it back in. So, oh, and the mailman delivered mail here to our new boxes, so apparently he's over his little mat on. And peace has been restored to the valley. So anyway, we're getting there. Tomorrow they're going to come and set the house up on blocks, pull it together, connect the two halves together and level it, square it, plumb it, all that. Not plumbing as in plummet as in plumbing, but plumb it, making sure it's square and level and perpendicular. All right, let me get to putting this in there. The reason I had to pull it up out of the ground, I told you, so they can get the mobile home in there, but that is 120 pounds of concrete. And I know that because I put it there, two 60-pound bags. So let me see if I can break a kidney putting it back in there. All right, it's in there, but what I got to do now is get some water and fill that gap up with water and wiggle this around so it'll sink down in there, and it'll be good till the next time I got to pull it up. God, yeah, I think I broke a kidney and maybe my spleen. Okay, so far I found like 3 people in Texas that like me, or that don't dislike me. And 2 of the people are at Wascom Hardware. They're really nice people. And the other one is the lady that works at the dump. It's usually 15 or 20 bucks for a pickup truck load, and last time she only charged me 15, and this time she only charged me 10. And she's a really nice lady, and she hasn't been mean to me, which that's a good thing. And she hasn't tried to make me move my mailbox or put skirting around my house that I don't like. Okay, so that's good. I have found 3 people that haven't been mean to me.